All right, cool. We're here. Second episode, Digital Demons. Thank you guys again for tuning in. The last episode, we got a few listeners actually. It was cool because some of the people that I even work with, shout out to you guys. Took a listen to it. So thank you guys. Thank you to everybody that's following the Instagram page and YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts as well as iHeartRadio and Spotify. So once again, shout out to everybody that's getting with the program here. We're trying to get these episodes released weekly, and I'm excited to get this one done now because we have the intro. We had the intro episode, which is a little bit sketchy for me because that was the first time I have actually podcasted. So thanks for the feedback. Thanks for everybody listening and joining in. So here we are, episode 2. Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully your New Year's was nice and fun. Nobody had any crazy-ass incidents because those aren't really good for anybody, especially trying to ring in a new year. I know mine was pretty much just spent chilling at home. Didn't really do much, but I did play VR for the first time, which was cool. I had messed around with VR before and have a few friends at work that do the VR thing, and you know who you are. But the VR experience, playing an actual video game with people, to me is insane. Like I was saying while we were playing, I was like, this has got to be like how a 90-year-old would see a cell phone or something like that nowadays. It's insane. We were playing Onward. If you guys don't know what Onward is, it's like a kind of like a military-based game where you have AI opponents, or you guys can even play against each other. You can get it on like the little app store there. So we bought it, and oh my god, it was just like mind altering because you're in VR as it is, and for me, I wasn't used to the VR thing, so it was hilarious, like trying to move around and use the little controllers and stuff to aim the guns, and you're having to undo your magazines and stuff because it's a shooting game. So hopefully I don't get in trouble for say shooting, but whatever. Yeah, so you're picking up your magazines, you're having to unload your magazines and do all this crazy shit. And it's really, really fun, especially if you have like a voice chat so you guys can talk to each other and stuff while you're playing. I thought that was hilarious, and it's a really, really good time. So I might be sold on the VR gaming from now on. I just thought it was a good time. The other guys are seasoned professionals, so it was about 30 minutes in when I started playing an actual game with them. So it was just a crack up, and I gotta get back on track with the VR gaming now. I know there's a bunch of different stuff out there, but I'm gonna be a beginner for right now and just stick to the Onward game. So if you are into VR and you like to have a lot of fun and talk shit with everybody and play games, I suggest Onward because it's cool. It's pretty damn realistic, actually. Like all the movements and stuff is pretty crazy. So my VR cherry got popped on New Year's Eve, which is kind of weird, but whatever. We're coming hot into the new year. There's a lot of wild ass shit that's been going on, just in general. Oh my god, shit that was going on in Miami where they were saying it was aliens and all this other wild stuff, conspiracy stuff. It was pretty entertaining to hear and read all about that. They were saying there's like a 10-foot alien at the mall, and they were going crazy trying to get everything under control there. And there's a lot of people that are into the conspiracy theories and like, oh, the flights were canceled and this and that was blacked out. And I'm reading through these articles like, no fucking way, dude. No way. So I got a kick out of that. So, that's one of the weird thing. That's one of the weird things that's happened in these brief not even couple of weeks, dude. We're still technically in the first week of 2024, which is pretty odd to say. But, we're doing it. We're getting shit handled. It's been a pretty interesting year in the news just in general. You got freaking... Everybody seems like they're going crazy because it's an election year. You got, Biden going crazy. Well, I mean, he's always been crazy, but let's face the facts. They had him coming off of Marine One or whatever aircraft he was on at the time, and completely just lost, staring into the abyss, and was circling around like where are we going? Where are we going? That guy has got to go. I mean, let's just be real. There's no fucking chance he's gonna be in the race for 24. They're gonna put him out there, and it's just gonna be a complete and utter shit show. So, here's to hoping for better days. Once he's gone, that'd be kind of nice. I think personally. I don't know what your guys' take is on all that, but that's just what I'm thinking. So, had a weird incident. The first couple days of the year, I had my registration due on my truck, and I go to pay the registration. I get my registration form printed out with the tag, and I'm noticing like my license plates are different. The number on the form is different, so I have to, I instantly go into like panic, heart attack mode, and call the DMV, and I'm freaking out like, hey, my license plate doesn't match my truck. Turns out I was issued different license plates like a couple years ago. So I guess supposedly I got these plates and I stuck them in a bag or a box or whatever it was when I was moving, and I was away for a while, so I didn't even think about it until I got back. And the thing is, I re-registered the truck and everything was fine last year. So this year I go to register, the numbers are different. I'm thinking, holy shit! Like now I'm tripping, just because where I work and stuff, they're pretty vocal if you have, your shit's all fucked up. So I was freaking out, and I look at my tag and the lady goes, hey, you were issued new license plates. And I'm thinking like, no way. So I look for them. I'm looking for these plates all over the damn place. Finally find them. And I'm thinking to myself like, you're a fucking idiot. I've been driving around for, I guess, a couple of years now with totally like just not good plates. And I was thinking like, I don't know how many times I've gone on like toll roads and all this shit like with the truck, and they'd take your picture or whatever on those. At least in California they do. So I've been driving around. I've been a freaking outlaw, dude. That's what I feel like. I've been an outlaw with my license plates for a couple years now. So I got all that squared away, and back on the righteous path with the DMV and CHP and all them folks that like to monitor the roads, so I don't have to worry about that now. That was like my first hurdle of the year, was unfucking my registration. So now that that's all gone, I'm good to go. Good to roll out on the freeways and whatever without having to be hassled. And there was also, I was watching the news, the dude from 90210, Ian Ziering, he got fucking beat up by a mini bike gang. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that little news snippet. But yeah, he was cruising through, I believe it was Sunset, or what's the other one in LA? Sunset, and I think he wasn't on Highland. He was on Sunset, I believe. Or no, it might have been Hollywood. I'm not sure, one of those ones. But yeah, so he's like stopped in traffic, and these mini bike guys are like buzzing through traffic or whatever, and I don't know exactly what happened, but he ended up getting out of his car, and all these dudes like go ape shit on him, start beating him up, and they got helmets on. So I mean, what are you really gonna do? You got like 5 or 6 dudes with helmets coming after you, trying to beat your ass. He like completely just ditches his car, and it's a nice like BMW like SUV. He fucking ditches the car, runs across the street, and like books it from these guys, which was hilarious to see happening. I mean, I wasn't even really surprised by it, because the little crew, they have their little Instagram page, and they're a bunch of little assholes, bunch of just fucking creep kids that cruise around on mini bikes like losers. So that was kind of fucked up. I think he did file a police report, and he was the victim in the case. But really though, a mini bike gang, like, what do you think, like you're the Hells Angels or like the Vagos or some shit like that, dude? Like, mini bikes are super lame unless you're like 12 years old or you're in high school on a summer vacation. I don't know anybody that has a mini bike at all. Like, I haven't even been around a mini bike since I was probably like 8 years old. My cousin had one, and it was the most badass shit. I thought it was bitchin'. But these days, like, what are you doing? They're on freeways, they're in public streets, they're just acting like a bunch of pricks, really, and they travel in these huge packs. So I'm like, how did you find all these people with mini bikes, dude? Like, I couldn't even probably find 10 people out here that own a mini bike, let alone a pack of 40 people. And they do like these like street takeovers or whatever they call it, and doing donuts and all this stupid shit in the middle of the street. And I'm like, how easy would it be just to like clobber one of these guys and just be done with it? Like, he should have just gone forward and just da-doom and just speed bumped one of these guys. What are they going to do? Hop on their mini bike and chase you with a fucking 5.5 horsepower lawnmower engine, dude? You got a V8 under that thing. Haul ass and get out of there. But instead he ditches his car, and yeah, it was kind of comedic just to see the the whole thing play out. But yeah, those guys are assholes. They have a lot of followers on Instagram, and they're a bunch of pieces of shit. So if you're so inclined to go and see that little news snippet, I thought that was kind of funny. Speaking of news, that creep lady, Gypsy Rose, if you guys are familiar with that whole thing, like, she got out of prison. I guess she was in there since 2013 or something like that. But her mom had that Munchausen syndrome. So she was telling her, oh, you're sick, you have this like going on. And she was basically like, no, I'm not sick. And her mom convinced doctors to do like treatments and surgeries and like crazy shit to this girl, like, as she was growing up. Like, she wasn't allowed to eat certain things. She couldn't do anything, like go outside. Had years and years and years and years of like fake medical diagnosis on like multiple different things. And her mom was like wholly convincing her to like own it. Like, oh yeah, you're sick. You have cancer. You have leukemia or whatever it was. And would like force her to go into like procedures and stuff like that, which is super fucked up. Like, I know it's not a common thing, but when it happens, you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I was reading the story, and I don't really recall it happening back in 2013. I wasn't really like tuned in that far, but so this chick, anyways, she basically had enough of her mom's shit and had a boyfriend of hers. She like, I guess, met online or something. She convinced him to kill her mom, and then I don't know if they were supposed to run off into the sunset together or whatever, but yeah, so the boyfriend like violently stabbed her mom to death, and yeah, so she got like an accessory kind of thing and got sprung out just recently, and you know, the boyfriend, he's totally fucked. He's doing life, you know, with no parole or whatever it is. His sentence is pretty wild. But yeah, he's stuck in the clink, and she's out free now with a new boyfriend. And oh man, definitely not a looker, dude. Like, she looks like one of the fucking Muppets, if you ever watched that show, or like something off of Fraggle Rock, which is probably what the closest comparison would be. Yeah, but her boyfriend, it was funny because there was a post that I saw, and the chicks were like, oh man, like, why are you dating her and this and that? And she comes into the comments and is just like, don't let them get you down. Don't let them talk shit on our relationship. We're in love, and the D is fire. Like, I'm like, okay, look, you've been out of prison for like a week and a half. You have this new boyfriend. You're not supposed to know this new lingo, like fire. Oh, that's so fire. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're a fucking conspirator for your mother's murder, and apparently she's all, oh, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it. You probably would, because you look like a weirdo, you act like a weirdo, and you're basically trying to get in the brain of this new weird boyfriend that you have now, as if you didn't convince the other one to murder your mother. Total weird like thing that they have going on. But yeah, her mom was pretty much just a piece of shit. Like, when you look at it, she was just a very, very fucked up person. And, you know, not good. Like, when you have people that do that to their kids, because their kids are forever scarred by shit like that. You know, it's not like you're just telling them like, oh, you're sick, you have the flu. It's like major stuff. Like she had surgeries and just wild ass shit like that. It was it was pretty nutty to read through that whole thing. But you know, she's out now. Her boyfriend is still in prison, and her new boyfriend is like apparently got some fire D. So you know, shout out to the dude that's putting it down apparently. But you know, good luck if she tries to convince you to do something. Shit, I wouldn't even go to the grocery store for that bitch. I'm like, hell no. Probably got me fucking doing some kind of weird shit. I don't think so. I'm not taking orders from you, and I don't listen to you. How about that? Speaking of going to the stores, dude, Jesus. Ugh, stores are disgusting. I hate going to the store. I hate everywhere. Because, like I said, the last episode, I live in California. So, it's just like a shit show out here. Complete shit show. It's just nasty. This place is just nasty. Everything that we do here is, I can't even say everything we do, really. It's like every store that you go into is now theft proof. So, you know, the lowlifes that go in there and steal shit all the time, they fucked it up for everybody. Now it's to the point where you go into a store and you need like basic necessities. Like I was looking for some t-shirts and some socks for this trip that I'm going on. Okay, so I went to Target this time, but it's everywhere. It's in CVS's, Targets, Walmarts, etc. You have to flag somebody down to get basic necessities, which is a super fucking huge inconvenience, like beyond inconvenience. And I'm sitting there like waiting, and I gotta get a pack of t-shirts and socks. Like that shouldn't be in a fucking case that you have to wave your hand under to get, you know, the little buzzer thing or whatever to attract somebody to come over there and unlock the case so you can get your item. That's the most ridiculous shit that I've ever seen in my life, and I cannot stand it. I could see maybe like alcohol, whatever, but still, there's the dickheads that go into the stores and fucking smash and grab shit, and really we're not getting anywhere with it. I see how like the LP kind of perspective, it like chills it out somewhat, but it's not going to stop anybody from breaking out the glass, and it just inconveniences everybody else that's a normal functioning human being and can control themselves from being kleptos and stealing shit and basically just being a fucking piece of shit. And that's all it boils down to. So you have to wait everywhere that you go to get everything. Fucking toothbrushes, hair gel or whatever, hairsprays and deodorants and shit. It's like, dude, I go in there and I'm out in 20 minutes. Now I go in there and it's like minimum fucking 40 minutes because I'm waiting for somebody on an aisle that has 20 other people. Oh, go ahead and help them. They got to get a fucking a pack of, you know, hair ties or makeup and all this other shit. And in some stores, you have to pay for the merchandise in that area before you take it out, or they put it in like one of those little like theft-proof boxes. It's like, come on, man, like, what are you doing? If they really wanted to steal it, they're just going to run out of the fucking store and be gone anyways because they're a piece of shit, like I was saying. And they'll smash it open and get the item anyways. It's not like it's bulletproof. You give them a plastic box, and they're off. They're gone. See you later. They're not going to pay for it anyways. You could box it up and whatever. And then sometimes they take it to the front of the store, so you can't actually have it while you're shopping. Oh, it'll be waiting for you up front. I fucking hate going to the store. I cannot stand going to the store. It's such an inconvenience. So now I can kind of see where people do the Amazon thing. I love Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. Mega shout out to Amazon actually recently for their little shipment that I got. Pretty awesome. I will say that. That's all I'm going to say. They showed your boy some love. It was kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, so you got the weirdos in the stores, and now there's this whole like Stanley Cup thing that people are like fucking trampling each other to get Stanley Cups, dude. Like, first it was the Yetis. People were going ape shit over Yetis, and now they have Stanley Cups that are limited edition or some kind of crazy shit. And I don't know, it was like some Valentine's Day cup or something like that, and they're snatching these things up and like selling them for like an insane amount of money online. And it's like, it's a fucking cup, dude. Like it's an insulated cup. And I don't know why these particular cups are so like extravagant that you have to like pile on people and break through the doors like it's Black Friday to get a fucking insulated cup, dude. I'm cool with the little, regular Joe Schmo cup, and I don't even really use those, so I can't really say that I like a big fan of them. But I do know a ton of people that have them. They use them religiously. But these ones, for whatever reason, are cause for concern because people are fucking killing each other over these limited edition Stanley cups. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, that's just the lengths that people are going now to get whatever they need to get their nasty little hands on, which is anything and everything, I guess. And you could steal whatever you want in California and, just be like, oh, I promise I'll come to court if you just give me a ticket. Don't take me to jail. They just cite you and then out the door you go. They don't even arrest people anymore in California, which is fucking wild. Because there's too many pieces of shit like them already in jail. So, oh my God, dude. It's just been, I don't know. I hate going out in public. I can't stand going to the store. So if I can order it online, I'm ordering it online. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. But, I'll go out other places. We went to Anaheim 1, the race of all races last night in Supercross. So we went, had a blast, man. It was badass. It was my brother's birthday. Shout out to Tyler. Yeah, it was his birthday, so we went to the races, and we got there around probably like 2:30. Not too bad. And they have like the pit party and stuff like that. So you're walking around, you get to watch all the, teams and stuff, working on the bikes, and there's entertainment there and tons and tons and tons of people, and it's a good time. Super good races and everything like that. So you can go back and check out the races now if you have like Peacock or any of that stuff. You can watch the replays of those races. But dude, while we were there, let me just tell you, I don't ever in my life want to see a mullet hairstyle again. The amount of people that think that they can wear that hairstyle is obscene. It's gross, dude. Like they go to these barbers and they're just like, cut the sides of my hair off. And it's not even like they're getting a mullet. For me, dude, I had one, not gonna lie. Had one when I was very, very, very young, but mainly because it was like the early 90s and this shit was popping. And my mullet was fucking fresh, dude. I'm not gonna lie. You can look it up. I'll post a picture if you follow me on my regular Instagram. But shit, I might even put one on the Digital Demons podcast Instagram too for just shits and giggles. How about that? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put it on the Digital Demons podcast Instagram. Me rocking the mullet when I was a youngster, like real little. But anyways, these kids that are walking around the Supercross race, 98% of them just look like straight up white trash, dude. Like they just buzzed off like a corner of the side of their head and have the rest of their hair from like the middle of their ear back. And I was just walking around like, what the fuck are these kids doing? Okay, like number one, there's a rider, Aaron Plessinger. Shout out to Aaron Plessinger if he ever was to find this. He owns that hairstyle. Him and Riff Raff are the only people in modern day that are notable that can have that hairstyle. Period. Not even going to put it up for debate. Aaron Plessinger rides for KTM, Red Bull KTM, and Riff Raff. Everybody knows Riff Raff. Riff Raff's the shit. Come at me if you don't like Riff Raff. I don't give a fuck. But those are the only two people for me that should be allowed to have that hairstyle, regardless. I don't care. Those are the only two forever. But yeah, all these kids, dude, just completely just trying to jock this guy's hairstyle. And too many of them just look like fucking idiots, dude. Like, ugh, it's depressing. Like, they don't have their own hairstyle. They just, oh yeah, dude, just shave the sides of my head off, and that's it. They don't do anything else with their hair. Like, half of them fucking had these, like, gross haircuts where their hair was popping out the bottoms of their hats, and just, ugh, man. I would hate to be in school nowadays. Like I said the last time, just, I would be utterly disgusted. I had a regular, normal person haircut. Still do. When I was in high school. It's not like I did anything wild. And you hear about, like, the Edgar haircuts and stuff like that. Like, those were, like, the pop-in hairstyle for a while. This is, like, the new one for, like, the white kids to wear, is just a disgusting, trashy ass, I don't like a Euro mullet, dude. Like, you see, like, the Euro trash fools back in the 90s and early 2000s had these haircuts, and you're just like, dude, you're disgusting. You look gross. And these kids' hair nowadays is just beyond nasty. Like, they all have the same haircut. There's like 10 of them in a row in the seats, and they just look like, hey, do you guys want to all get fucked up haircuts? Let's go. And they just go to the same barber or the same hairdresser, whatever, and just get their whole shit fucked up. Like, they don't even look presentable. Like, now they have their senior photos. Like, they're going to look back on it and be like, I think I should have just fucking just got hit by a car and not had my picture taken on senior photo day, because I had such a fucked up haircut. And now I've embarrassed my whole family. Mom can't even hang it on the wall at the house because I look like a piece of shit. And, you know, it's just, it's such a disgusting haircut. It's gross. Look it up. It's not even like a cool, like, Billy Ray Cyrus, like, mullet. This is just like, yeah, I rolled out of bed and fucking picked up a piece of buckwheat, threw my cowboy hat on and my shit kickers, and then I went outside and found the hedge clippers and just ran them up the side of my fucking head, cut all my hair off. It's like one of the nastiest looking haircuts you can possibly have in modern day history. I would probably say that. It's very well disgusting. But yeah, man, AA2 is coming up. We're going to go to that. Probably see some more of those disgusting haircuts again. So I'll have to just close my eyes and have myself be guided through everything. I don't know. Because there's way, 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 way too many people that think they can wear a mullet hairstyle. And that is not the case. It's gross. So if you have the mullet hairstyle right now and you think it's cool, fuck you. That's all I'm saying. Ugh, gross. Cut your mullets off. Cut your mullets off in 2024, unless you're one of two people, Aaron Plessinger or the artist Riff Raff. That's it. $1 million mullet. That's it. Shout out to Riff Raff. Ugh, man. Riff's in Florida. Dude, I'm going to Florida on Tuesday. Fucking, it's gonna be a fun trip. I can't wait. So now I'm just in, like, the rushing around, packing everything up, kind of making sure I got my P's and Q's, dot my I's and cross my T's kind of thing now. So I'm getting into, like, the little nitpicky packing phase. So you know, I'm excited, but I'm not excited now because of what's been going on with fucking Boeing, dude. Like, the 737 MAX 9, dude. I hope I'm not on one of those planes because my anxiety is gonna fucking go through the roof, dude. The whole time I'm on there, I'm gonna be a nervous wreck because they had the flight from Portland to Ontario, California, and the fucking door, the emergency door, blew off during the flight, dude. They were like 16,000 feet in the air, and the fucking door just flies off. Cabin pressure drops, the fucking masks fall out of the ceiling. Everybody's freaking out. There was a kid, I guess, that was near the exit door, and it ripped his fucking shirt off. Like, I would never go on a plane after having that happen to me ever fucking again. So hopefully I'm not on one of those planes because I'm already going to be nervous as shit to fly. But just knowing that that's a recent event, and it's not like, oh, that was 20 years ago that happened. Planes are really well constructed now. Fuck no, dude. If anything, they're worse. They had all that thing going a few years ago with the what is it? The MCAS, where it was causing the fucking planes to just nosedive uncontrollably, and the pilots were being like, okay, well, we can't do anything. I guess the fucking plane's just gonna go down. Dude, fuck that shit. So they had that issue. They have the structural, like, integrity issue now. And I'm just really not trying to fucking be... God, dude. I'm not trying to be on the plane for that long, man. I'm just, like, freaking the fuck out. And then you had the incident in Japan, burned the whole fucking plane down. And luckily nobody in that crash died or anything. Like, the Japanese people got it put together, dude. They're always maintaining just calm and collected. And, they just filed out of the plane as it's fucking engulfed in flames. And they're just, moseying on out. And the fucking world around them is burning. There's jet fuel everywhere. Fucking chaos and it is ensuing. And they're just, I guess we just got to get off the airplane now. Just go ahead and grab what you can and just head on out. Fuck no, dude. I'd be like, get the fuck out of the way. Get out of the way, everybody. Get your shit. Get the fuck out of here. First one to freak out right here, dude. And I'm not taking the fucking exit row when I get on the plane. Oh, does anybody want to volunteer? Fuck no. Put me in the back. Put me underneath where the suitcases are at for all I care. I'm not going near the exit doors. Keep the extra leg room. I'll be squished and uncomfortable for the 4 or 5 hours I'm going to be flying. But you will not see me with my ass next to an emergency seat. So, it would behoove me now to actually look up where my seat's going to be at, because I hope that I'm nowhere near that. Because if I am, I'm going to need to be probably drugged to fall asleep or something, dude, because I'm going to be flipping the fuck out if I am near the exit row or the exit door or any rows near there. So hopefully that's not the case. I really, really hope that's not the case, because I'm not really trying to be involved in that shit, man. I don't want to get sucked out of the fucking airplane as we're, multiple thousands of feet up in the air. I don't really have that as being my exit for the Earth. So I don't know, man. I'm just hoping everything works out. Trip goes good. I'm gonna come back home and just keep kicking ass. I just really want to have a good year this year. Hope you guys are having a good year this year so far too. Hopefully everybody just has the best year ever, and everybody makes a lot of money. That's always important. That's always an important thing. Everybody stays nice and healthy, because that COVID, that motherfucker's coming back with a vengeance apparently. For those that play along, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do the masking thing again. Wear the mask in the hospital, fine. If I'm at Albertsons, fuck you. I'm not putting it on. Don't think so. But yeah, the COVID, it's coming back. They're saying, it's going to be the worst, blah, 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 since Omicron and all this other shit. Dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever. I'm completely done and over with that shit. People that do the whole masking thing, whatever, that's your gig. That's your deal. Hopefully you at least wash them if you're going to go out in public with those fucking silly-ass things on. Wash the fucking thing. Don't be sneezing into it and coughing onto it and throw it in your glove box and just throw it on when you go to the store, because that's disgusting. It's gross. But anyways, I'm not going to get too far into that shit, man. Just wanted to get this second episode out, dude. I was so excited to record this episode. Hopefully you guys are into it still. But yeah, I've got some new equipment, got some Go mics, some Samson Go mics, dude. Shout out to Samson for making such a fucking dope-ass product. This thing is so sick. It fits literally in the palm of my hand, and it's completely compact. It has like a little travel case, and I'm thinking this thing's probably like, maybe the case itself is probably like, I don't know, maybe 3 inches by like 2 1/4. It's unbelievably small and compact. And so I'm actually recording this podcast on it just to kind of test it out and see how it does. And so far, I think it sounds pretty damn good. So that's going to be going with me to Florida, because I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. For those of you that are listening and are following the podcast, shout out to all the followers so far. We're trying to get those numbers up, baby. Want to get to 50 pretty soon would be a good mark. We're at, I think, 39 right now on IG. We got to get those numbers up. We're going to boost them shits. Tell your friends, tell your family if they're into listening to, some bad words here and there. But, yeah, man, new microphones, new equipment shit. We're going to be taking it to Florida, so that way I'm not missing a week, because that is my strategy for this year. At least one a week. If I have something exciting or, something I just got to get out, I might make a second episode. But, yeah, man, thanks for everybody for listening, following Instagram. The YouTube is up, Digital Demons Podcast. Go check out the episodes there. Like I said, I'm on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to it on Spotify, or go to YouTube and listen to the whole episode. I got it all hooked up now. So yeah, pass the word around, get us out there. Let's get those followers up, man. I'm anxious to see, once people start listening, the feedback and just anything that they have to say. Yeah, constructive criticism or not, or just a kind word, it's all good. Yeah, but thanks for listening to the second episode. Really excited to get it out there. So, yeah, go hit me up on Instagram at digital_demons_podcast. You guys can, we'll have some more content on there pretty soon. And, like I said, YouTube, everything's the same. If you guys want to email questions, or if you want to have a specific something or other to talk about, hit me up on an email, digitaldemonspodcast@gmail.com. Like I said, Instagram. I don't know, man. Just let's have some fun with it. And thank you guys once again for tuning in to the second episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. And we'll see you on the third one, baby. We'll be in Florida. Peace.